your weekly roundup of news from around the haunt industry. Welcome to the show. I'm Philip. On the HAN show, we bring you the haunt news, information, and education you need to prepare for Halloween. On Tuesdays, we bring you a roundup of news from haunts worldwide. Read more about these stories and so much more in our free weekly newsletter. Subscribe at the link in the show notes. And as always, for the news roundup, I'm passing it off to Daryl.
Universal has reported exploring plans for a theme park in Saudi Arabia, funded through a licensing arrangement backed by the government entity. If it moves forward, the project would place Universal alongside Disney, which recently announced a similar licensing deal in Abu Dhabi. One Disney says will be accretive from day one. If anything, the surprise isn't that Universal is pursuing this, it's that it took this long. Universal tried this before. In 2008, the company broke ground on Universal Studios Dubai Land with private financing, only to see the project collapse when money evaporated during the financial crisis. What's different now? Government backing eliminates that risk. The licensing model Disney pioneered means operators collect revenue from day one without capital outlay, perfect for Comcast as it diversifies away from eroding cable revenue, just as the Middle East diversifies away from oil. Both are betting that theme parks are the answer. Middle East is where the action is. The bigger question is whether the Middle East becomes the global theme park capital over the next 10 to 15 years. Six Flags Qiddiya opens this week, with the Dragon Ball Z Park and water park projects progressing in the same area. Qiddiya is 590 miles from Abu Dhabi's Yas Island, where Disneyland is planning a new theme park, which is already hosting multiple theme parks and is the site of the new Harry Potter expansion. Saudi Arabia's Vision 2030 and the UAE's tourism initiatives represent governments recognizing that entertainment infrastructure is a strategic priority as they diversify away from oil. Business critics of the area say that the Yas Island parks were built for crowds that aren't materializing, and it's also a significant risk for the Qiddiya plans. Time will tell, and that's the key. These projects are working on a different timescale, particularly in the US. We're so used to discussing ROI and measuring in quarters, but these projects are measured over decades. The genre of long-term structural investment is tough for public or private companies to execute on these. Universal coming to the area completes the set, per se, bringing massive capital, IPs, and largest theme park chains together in one region. Universal couldn't afford to be the missing piece. The longer they stayed absent, the more it looked like a strategic failure rather than a strategic choice. Whether this news is leaked intentionally or not, it serves a purpose, signaling Universal isn't conceding the fastest growing attraction market to its competitors. The new paradigm: government-owned parks with no competition. Orlando is the current theme park capital of the world, and we're all familiar with the thriving tourism ecosystem it's created, centered around the major players. Now imagine an Orlando where Disney World and Universal are both owned by the government, run by different government entities, but ultimately controlled by the same sovereign power. All the competition would come from Tampa, a neighboring country. Feels strange, right? The Middle East parks will be entirely government-owned. Within each destination, whether Yas Islands or Qiddiya, traditional park versus park competition doesn't exist the way it does in Orlando. Instead, the competition occurs at the national level, the UAE versus Saudi Arabia, each building tourism ecosystems to attract regional and international visitors. What does innovation look like when governments, not companies, are the competitive units? It's more of the house always wins mentality. What environment will a lack of competition create? Are we witnessing the birth of a new theme park capital built on a new set of rules? Or will a lack of innovation and tourists plague the area? Are Disney and Comcast trading short-term gains for long-term failure by helping create a new tourism sector they don't control? Time will tell. The 2026 Oscars nominations close on December 31st. The Haunted Attraction Association is currently accepting nominations for the 2026 Oscars Awards, the highest honors in the Halloween and haunted attraction industry. Presented annually at Transworld's Halloween and Attraction Show in St. Louis, the Oscars recognize individuals, attractions, and vendors whose work has made a meaningful impact on the industry. Awards include Vendor Excellence Awards, Board of Directors Awards, Special Recognition, Home Haunt Award, and Lifetime Achievement Awards. Nominees and winners are selected by the HAA Board of Directors and industry peers, with an emphasis on innovation, creativity, leadership, and long-term contribution to the haunt community. Nominations must be submitted through the official online form by December 31st, 2025. Home Haunter Awards show submissions are open. Submissions are now being accepted for the 2025 Home Haunter Awards show. Video submissions via cloud server or YouTube link will be accepted through February 7th of 2026. Award categories include Best Motorized Prop, Best Pneumatic Prop, Best Static Prop, Best Walkthrough, Best Display, Best Modified Store-Bought Prop, Best Haunt Cycled, Best Costume, and Best Overall. The entries are judged by admins of the Halloween Yard Haunts and Props Facebook group based on decor, props, setup, music, and anything else your creative mind can come up with. Any not-for-profit home haunter may enter. Home haunters cannot win in the same category in consecutive years. However, they can enter different categories. View the full list of rules and judging criteria on the awards official website. Putting a call out for all haunts that might be open for a special event in January through March. Let us know. We're looking to feature haunted attractions open for special events during the January to March timeline. If your haunt is opening, drop us the details to philip@hauntedattractionnetwork.com. Follow the links in our show notes to find that address. You can also send us your news year-round. A reminder as we move into 2026 that we will feature haunt and industry news weekly. Submit your news for consideration to Philip directly at that same philip@hauntedattractionsnetwork.com email address. If you're searching for the perfect last-minute gift for the haunter in your life or a little something for yourself, please consider these. The green-tagged Unhinged gift subscription. Get weekly bonus episodes from Scott and Philip discussing the most important news in the themed entertainment world. The 13 Commandments of Haunting foundational concept. Every haunter needs to make a successful haunted attraction. Or Follow the Story, the foundation of every great attraction. Some upcoming events, January through March of 2026 include Halloween and Party Expo in Las Vegas, Nevada, January 12th through 14th. Creep IE-Con in Ontario, California, January 30th through February 1st. And Transworld Halloween and Attraction Show in St. Louis, Missouri, March 26th through 29th of 2026.
And that's all for the news this week. Today's episode was produced by me, Philip Hernandez, with reporting by Daryl Plunkey, post-production by David Swope. This Haunt News Update is a production of the Haunted Attraction Network, and you can sign up to our weekly newsletter at hauntedattractionnetwork.com. Support for this episode comes from Gantom Lighting and Controls. Until next time, haunters, stay scary.
This is a Haunted Attraction Network